If we look at our exponential function, I'm not adding anymore. What am I doing? I'm multiplying. And here's the key. With a linear function, you add or subtract. In exponential, you multiply. Okay, so now what do we look at? Do we look at our x's or our y's? We look at the y's. Tell me right now, am I adding or subtracting the same number to get to my x, y value? If I subtracted 2 here to get this one, do I subtract 2 to get 1?
No.
Do I subtract 2 here? So I know it's not a linear function. I know it's not linear because I'm not adding or subtracting. Does that make sense? Yep. So once I knew it's not a linear function, let's see if it's an exponential. Let's see if I'm multiplying by a constant number. What do you have to multiply 4 by to get 2? 2? 1 half. What do you multiply 2 by to get 1?
1 half.
What do you multiply 1 by to get 1 half?
1 half.
Multiply 1 half by 1 half to get 1/4?
Yep.
So notice I'm not adding anymore, so it's not a linear function. I'm multiplying by 1 half to get my next y value. So because I'm multiplying by a constant number, or the same number every time, I automatically know it's an exponential function. Because I'm multiplying by the same number every time. So we know it's an exponential. Okay, now we know it's an exponential function. All right, now, what is it going to be in? It has to be in this form. Do you know that I've already identified what my b is already?
Yeah.
What is my b going to be? 1 half, because, exactly, Maddie, because 1 half is what I'm multiplying every one of the y values by. So this is going to be my, in this case, guys, tell me right now, by looking at this right now, is this an exponential growth or decay? It's a decay, right, because what's happening to my y values? They're getting smaller. What are they getting smaller by? A half. So whatever they're getting smaller by, or bigger by, is what my growth or decay factor is, which is my b. So I already know my b is whatever this number is right here is my b. What's my a going to be? That's my y-intercept. 1, exactly, you know, because whenever x is 0, whatever y is my y-intercept. So my a is 1. Do I have enough to write my function now?
Yes.
I have my y-intercept, which is 1. I have my growth, my decay factor, which is 1 half. So I know that my equation will be y equals a, which is what? 1 times my b, which is 1 half to the what? No, we don't, yep, just x. Yep. We don't need to put a value, because we're going to plug those in for x. All right, does making an exponential function make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay, now comes the quadratic. Okay?